I'll pull off the track as soon as I can.
The estimated SOF is 2,132.
So you're not going to shut your eyes one time
We
during
expect to be
the fire?
fighting for the podium.
Ha ha ha.
Brandon Medford has paid me $15.
Still waiting on 2 cars to grid.
Just be careful because what?
Waiting on the final car to grid.
He only gave you 15?
That's what I was saying. I was trying to get the price up. That's all I could get out of it.
Everyone's gridded. You have 3 additional
In
sets of
qualifying,
tires.
my
Be
internet
smooth
cut out,
and
so
have a good run.
if it poses any issues during race, I'm just going to back out.
Charlotte. This is a fun one. Did you hear when the stage was?
I did not. I'm assuming lap 25 again.
Hey, yeah, Chris, what is stage again? I did not listen, to be honest.
Always about 25.
Always lap 25.
Thank you. What if it's a 25 lap race?
Good question.
Then we'll throw the checker on lap 25.
Good answer. I forgot to get the broadcast on. No.
How'd you go looking truck there, Neil?
Get ready.
Thanks, Doug.
The pace car is in.
I can't get it up.
Green,
Broadcast
green,
it is. Oh, I got a bad start.
Outside. Still there? Hold your line. Still there. You're clear high, clear high. Braking in turn 4.
Yeah, it was a little loose there.
Braking on the front stretch. Alright, man,
I'm sorry,
caution is out.
guys.
Caution is out.
I ran out
Braking
of
on the
talent. That's
front
all
stretch.
me.
Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Let the 8
They wanted to kick out there.
Checking our pace car, guys. Off too.
Pit road is now open.
Coming high.
Might want to park it, Brian.
Further here, get a better
There we go.
idea of how this thing's
That just about got me.
start to develop.
Really?
It looks like Johnston just
Oh, yeah.
got loose mid-corner.
Couldn't have been closer.
What happened to you?
Oh, I was just
Watch the
right
15
behind
there,
Johnson
third
when
position,
he
bottom line.
lost
The
it.
rear end of the truck just starts to step.
He just stepped out in turn 4.
Been able to hang on to it.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching it right now.
He overcorrects up the race.
Oh, wow, yeah, you're right on him.
He pancakes the wall.
I almost got hit in the tail, too, there.
Yeah, you almost went 3 wide.
Rest of the field, but everybody stacking up in behind. You see Chris Wally, Brandon Mefford, Chris Mefford getting tangled up, Jason Nile just getting a piece
lot of
this
fast
on the
repairs
45.
getting
I think that's,
used.
Todd Cleek, yep, he gets involved as well.
Oh, we do have one.
Driver's just barely missing those barrels at the end of pit lane full of sand. New Quick gets tied up in it. Zachary Cleek as well. Didn't take long, but again, we do have the one fast repair, so if anybody had any major damage, they should be able to get that squared away before we get back underway. Those with minimal damage may want
So
to see
stage at 25.
on in case there's another calamitous exit of turn 4.
All right.
So with that, we're
That's
up
manageable.
3. McCann will be your leader. Terzak will restart to the outside. Then it'll be Butler and Schofield, Durbin and Wall.
Oh, that's Terzak behind me. I thought that was Brandon. Did he pit? Brandon pitted.
That's your top 10. That'll be Mike Cook, Doug Wysocki, Garrett Johnston, who's involved in that yellow from the 3rd spot back to 13th. Duke Quick, 14th.
Did we get one full lap of tires on that?
Brandon Mefford, 16th. Neil Quick back to 17th. And looks like
All right,
Zachary
man, we're
Cleek
going
still
green
in
next
pit
time
lane
by.
here. He's
All right,
shown
man,
in the
line up on
18th
the
spot.
inside row.
Maybe some additional damage to be repaired on that 77 machine. Gets back out there. I don't know if he's going to stay on the lead lap or not. We will have a comp caution here relatively soon. So if he remains the first truck a lap down, if he is, no, looks like he's going to stay on the lead lap. So 77 gets back out there in time. Mike Cook in the chat, even though he's in the race, don't text and drive, Mike. He says the setup is loose tonight. We'll see. And Vincent Short in the HBR TV chat says, sounding better tonight, Steve. Yeah, I finally got all the Glenn out of my system. Partied hard down in the southern tier of upstate New York. It's NASCAR weekend. What else are you going to do? So Mike says the setup is loose. I wonder if it builds tight over the course of the run. That would be preferred. A little loose for the first handful of laps. I guess anybody can deal with. You run into some of these issues that we just saw here on lap 1. But I think once we start to get that big front hot,
Get ready.
might swing the balance a little bit differently. We'll see how that plays out tonight.
All right, man. Pace car is in. Green, green, green.
So we'll try it again. The pace car is in. McCann right on the door of Kyle Terzak. Terzak not intimidated.
Green flag.
McCann on the throttle.
You got one
Over
inside.
Terzak this time. A much better fire off
Stay
for
high.
the 3. Terzak
All
got
clear,
lucky to
all
not
clear.
catch a penalty on the opening start. Top 2, though, starting to get away already from the rest of the field. We got a battle in the 3rd spot. Brett Butler and Tim Schofield off turn number 2. They're side by side.
That was your box lap of position. Still there?
Terzak, meanwhile, looking to the inside of Brian McCann in turn number 3. Terzak drops the 51 to the bottom, and just like that, takes over the top spot. Then again, this is Brian McCann's playhouse. We'll see what happens here. This just might be a little rope-a-dope. Let Terzak go out there, lead some laps, and then go after him when it really matters. 6 laps in here at Charlotte. Top 2, Terzak, McCann, then it's Butler, and now Tim Schofield to the outside of the number 12. Oh, trouble off turn number 2. The 45 of Todd Cleek, hard to the inside wall, but it looks like he's all by himself, so the caution does not come out.
30.1.
Spun down off the racetrack quickly.
Clear low, clear low.
Cleek, hopefully he didn't burn the fast repair on that first incident. He's going to be slow going back to the pit lane. Meanwhile, battle for the race lead as we stay under the green flag. A little wiggle from Terzak as he dips the truck below the blue line in the middle of turns 1 and 2. McCann retakes the top spot. Schofield looking to the inside for second. McCann with the lead. Schofield tucks back in behind the 51. Now Steve Durbin pressuring the 12. That would be for the 3rd position. Butler has slipped back to 5th. Niles is just on the outside looking in. Another big wiggle off turn number 2 for the 2nd and 3rd place trucks. They continue to keep the truck straight. Durbin, though, takes advantage. He's looking to the inside of Tim Schofield, middle of 3 and 4. They're side by side off turn number 4. This for the 3rd position. Schofield carries the run out of the corner, keeps the truck almost a full truck length in front of the 42. Durbin tucks back in behind. Meanwhile, Todd Cleek back on the racetrack, 2 laps down after that spin and contact with the inside wall off turn number 2. It's back under power, should be able to get those laps back and We get that caution, and then if he's lucky enough to get another caution before this one comes to its end. Again, a little update, 100 laps the race distance, not 150 miles the race distance.
Larry, I let out as soon as I saw you were coming down.
Out front, though, McCann leads Turzak. Turzak hot on the trail of the 3.
Got one inside.
This could be detrimental to Brian McCann, though, because we know Turzak's going to tuck in behind McCann, try to learn something. See if he can use it against Brian later on in this race. You know Turzak's going to pick up a thing or two riding behind Brian McCann. But the same token, I think McCann's smart enough to not show every trick he's got in his bag as he lets Turzak to the inside yet again here. Lap 11, Turzak back to the front. Still side by side, though, not able to drive around and get clear. Off turn number 2, McCann will have the run down the back straightaway. While they battle, though, they continue to put distance on the rest of the field. Very impressive. See truck side by side and still build a gap.
We probably will. I don't know which side to give out first.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side.
Top 2 been side by side for the last lap.
Still there.
Top 5, 6, and 7. Starting to spread out the rest of the field. Turzak edges back to the front here just by a nose in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Might have been some contact with himself and McCann. Back to start finish. McCann officially leads that lap still. Turzak unable to get across the line with first. But again, they remain side by side. Turns
no.
Will McCann keep it up top? He does. Bill carries that speed down the straightaway, but now he can't quite get clear. Turzak tries to side grab.
Oh, no.
Turn number 3. Slows the momentum of McCann. Just remains side by side. Slides up the racetrack. Big time contact. Turzak spins. Almost gets up in the air. That's the.
I couldn't tell what happened.
The dog leg and the caution is out again. Wow.
Pace cars with 3 guys.
The road is now open.
Turzak trying to get righted, and it looks like the 25 machine rolled into this as well. Not sure who that is. Larry Bruner. Larry Bruner should be the 44. He's got the wrong paint on again this week. Turzak's going to rejoin the field, drive away. Looks like he does have some damage as that truck appears to be dog tracking or crab walking, depending on how old you are. Man. It's like the old twisted.
Did you get damaged?
Yaw that thing right out. Get the right rear in the
Not sure.
That's a big no-no if you're going to try and do it these days, but definitely some damage on that 51. He may want to consider the faster pair, otherwise he may get stuck there for multiple laps. Meanwhile, Brian McCann has hit.
But I wanted to check.
Yeah.
That's it. Go.
Because I don't want to burn my fast repair.
Fuel strategy here.
Catch the 30.
Doubt they're taking tires just yet, but we'll watch Turzak. He enters pit lane. Yeah, you see how yawed out that right rear is.
Turzak's using a fast repair, I think. I don't know if crab walking like that can be fixed.
Nah, you'll go laps. Unless he's got required. Hopefully he don't have required. We were bumping like through some of the turns. I guess his right rear was hanging out.
Fast repair, so he'll get that truck back to new.
Yeah, he got a little squirrely, and then
look at it. I think live.
Just you guys were bouncing off each other a little too much.
We were like door to door.
Definitely made some contact out of turn 4. I think McCann was trying to pinch him down. Turzak's got about a little more than a half, let's say 5/8 of a truck ahead of the 3s. He starts to come up the racetrack, but McCann holds his line. In fact, he does come up a little bit to give a little room or just run his line out of the corner, but contact is made as Turzak continues to keep coming up the racetrack, tries to save the truck. McCann gets the wall a little bit. That might have been the reason why he pit. We'll see. You see right here, air gets underneath his truck and it almost blows over. That's one of the things that we've seen with this newest update.
That's another thing.
Catch some air.
I felt bad about that, so I pitted too. Steve called it out.
Speed. You see Terzak got the up.
And we only get 3 tires, so
see,
I didn't take tires.
Bruner comes in.
Yeah. You felt like it was your fault? It looks like you gave plenty of room.
We were just racing hard. I think his line might have been a little different. Mine. See that outside of turn 4 will sneak up on you fast. That's why I was kind of holding it a little low.
Yeah.
I wasn't really trying to pinch him down. I was just, that was my line.
Yeah.
I get that he didn't see.
Honestly, from my
until the very last.
From my view, it looked like you were up a little bit. Just as soon as you guys were side by side, you adjusted up a little bit.
No, with McCann hitting pit lane again.
Yeah, no, I did chase it up the track because he bumped me like once,
or a little bit of,
and so I went up the track to give him room, but I think he whipped it back the other way.
Which will give the race lead to Tim Schofield. So Schofield and Durbin restart.
Go get him, Tim.
Butler and Nile just. Wally and
I don't know what to do up here. I can't watch anyone's line.
Dan Pinkston will be the top 10.
It's telling you to go around again.
All right, man, we're going green next time by.
Lights are still on with the pace car here, so we're going to go another lap at least. And it looks like Chris Mefford is not only in the pits, but he is out of the truck. He may have called this one a night already. No, he's back in. We just needed a new beverage. Now he's back out again.
I didn't really ever look at the time, but I heard Steve say we were, both me and Kyle, pulling away from the rest of the field, so we should be all right here. Gain some positions, and then we'll pit lap 25, so we'll have like 7 laps here. I should have got lefts.
No, let's work together.
Should have got lefts and then got rights right here when we pitted. That would have been the big brain move.
Get ready to go back green here as they work on a turn number 2.
I didn't even think about that.
Get ready. The pace car is in. Green flag, green flag. The leader just did a 35.703.
No, let's give it a go. Pace car is in. Schofield and Durbin to set the restart.
Stay low. You're clear high. Clear high.
Schofield gets in that zone and fires off right away. Durbin with a good reaction. Sticks to the outside. Now they're into turn 1.
Outside.
Side-by-side battle. It's top 6 drivers really all side-by-side. Durbin was hanging on the right rear of the 12. Not willing to give up and let the 12 clear him. Now they're side-by-side. Durbin with just airs at an advantage. Into turn number 3. Butler drove it down to the bottom. Thought we were going to go 3 wide for a moment. Schofield slides up the track a bit. Almost gets into Durbin. Has to check up. Loses the race lead. He might lose that and some more. Durbin starting to drive away. We're going to go 3 wide. No, Nile just tucks in behind Butler.
Clear low. Clear low. Outside. Still there? Hold your line.
Still the battle for the second spot. Durbin with a 0.4 of a second advantage over Butler and Schofield. They're still side by side.
3 wide, you're in the middle. You got 1 inside. You're 2 wide there.
Johnston and Mefford come together in behind these 2 as well. They get away with it cleanly. Incidental contact, it appears. Mefford still working the outside. Real quick as well. Quick is up 9 spots. Really trucking his way forward. Tucks in behind Brandon Mefford as Mefford still trying to clear the 15 of Johnston. Mefford goes way up and Neil Quick ain't scared. He goes middle of this. 3 wide off turn number 4. They get away with it clean so far, but we're not done. Still side by side by side. 3 wide through the dog leg. Johnston backs off just enough to let the 2 through, so they're not 3 wide the whole way around. Go to the well too many times.
Found a car.
Brandon Mefford dives to the inside of Jason Nile just now. This for the 4th position. He gets a nose out. Hanging on the right ring. Mefford up the racetrack.
It's going to be
Crash hard. Chris Wally in
23.
Brian McCann.
I don't know if I should pit now.
Multiple drivers involved in this.
Should be in, that should be staged there.
Big time wreck off turn number 4.
Calling stage.
Vincent Short said it earlier in the chat, says a little too early for that stuff, and there's just more of the same, unfortunately.
Car past the 30.
Wally, get up here.
It's going to move Terzak up into P6, but man, a lot of drivers involved in this.
You gotta combine
2 big wrecks here to start this thing off. We're only 22 laps in.
Past the 4.
Mike Cook got a piece.
I'll pit.
He's completely exited the session or what, but let's get a look. Saw it just a moment ago.
Yeah, black cleared for yellow.
Of course, we back out a little early. We'll back up a little further here. Meanwhile, the field is going to hit pit lane here. Durbin, Schofield, Butler, and everybody else. So now just looks like he's hanging on the right rear of Mefford. Maybe to try and drag him and slow him down, but unfortunately contact is made. Big time impact for the 83. Nile just goes up. Same situation for him. Chris Wally trying to get it woed down. He's got nowhere to go. He gets into the driver's door of Mefford. Cleek is in it. Mike Cook, Larry Bruner. Ryan McCann gets turned from the right rear. Todd Cleek.
I'm hoping my damage ain't bad enough. I got like 30 seconds or something. If it is bad, I'll have to, if it goes green, I'll have to use it on a green flag pit stop, worst case scenario.
Down pit lane.
Shouldn't be bad. I don't see any nose damage.
Well, it's certainly been an entertaining and exciting first 23.
Definitely not ideal though.
Speedways, we work our 3rd caution of the night.
But the way they're racing, it seems like there's going to be more cautions.
Trucks are a little difficult to handle here on cold tires, and we really haven't run terribly long enough to get us.
So I don't want to burn that fast repair yet.
Anything about it. On top of the fact, we've got some pretty aggressive drivers out there tonight, given what lap we're on. Again, only 23 laps into this tonight. Kind of want to watch this from
fronts were matching the rear, but I think I was a little
at this.
little harsh on the right front there at the end. That's the thing, same thing that happened between me and Kyle right there.
And I get the lucky Doug that time.
It's like he was pretty far off of him, but
It didn't say anything
Just
about
looked
lucky
up.
dog on
It
our end,
does
or
look like
on our
Nile
end,
just
as far as
did
that.
hold his line. Yes, he did have room to his right.
So if you're that inside car-
Contact with the inside wall.
between that replay there and what happened to Kyle, it seems like you don't want to
that's
really,
what-
About 6 to 8 inches.
definitely don't want to touch that
That
outside
is-
person.
Made. We'll rewind this another time to get another peek at that.
Dougie.
What I
I'm
want
gonna
you
stay
guys to
away from that
focus
spoiler.
on here is that line of sealer right near the X and
I didn't
Axalta
hear
on the
Chris
hood.
say.
He comes down a little bit.
I'm gonna stay away
Now
from
he'll
that
start to
spoiler
come back
tonight.
up across. Now there's contact.
I'll try to
Effort up
keep
the
it straight
racetrack,
if
and
you
then
stay away
both
from it.
drivers in a pretty heavy impact in the outside safer barrier.
I'm having hard enough time keeping myself straight.
Hey, you didn't lie.
No, I didn't. That's the first time I didn't lie. What was yours?
That looks pretty good. Well,
92, 91.
Car will be lap 25 when we get the one to go.
Yeah, I used a little bit of my right front. Are you looking at the left number on the right front?
Yeah.
All right. 'Cause my middle number is 94. My left number is 91.
Yeah, 94
All right, man,
on
we're
the
going
right.
green next time by. All right, man, line up on the outside row now.
Rear is 92, 91.
Mine's 99, 99. No, excuse me, 91, 91, 93. I don't know where the hell I got 99 from. Dreams and
No, pace car lights are out. So
Pinkston's got
lap 26.
24 laps on his tires, and I get to park right behind him. Perfect.
when I started back here in the pack, that draft sucks. Oh, damn, he ain't got tires.
No.
Leader ain't got tires.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do here.
Yeah, no, he's still on the originals.
Your front row is going to be the 22 of Dan Pinkston.
I don't know what
He's going to be, he might spin a tire.
Yeah, I had to take it easy when I restarted. I didn't even push hard. I'm a little bit scared.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Get ready.
Hope I don't get wrecked here.
And the only drivers that are in that specific order are the top two. Everybody else could have been anything. We got Zach Millett in the chat. Comments, Charlotte.
Green, green, green.
I'd like a bush latte.
Looks like you're in the top 10. The leader just did a 35.858.
Ain't nobody going.
Say hi. There's the car on the low
All right, let's try it again here. Barney with the flag in hand.
Still there?
There it is, green flag back in the air. We're racing yet again.
3 wide.
Coming up to speed.
Oh boy.
Good reaction time for Steve Durbin as he works to
Tim backed out.
Might get clear here into turn 1. Nope, not quite. He's going to carry that momentum out of turn number 2, though. We'll see the drag race down the back straightaway here in a minute. Schofield working to the bottom on the 76 of Brent Butler.
Still there.
Might go 3 wide here. Schofield taking a peek into turn 3. Tucks back in behind the 22. Durbin retakes the top spot. Now the battle for the second position. Bankston and Butler out of turn number 4. Looks like we've got through cleanly. Here comes Kyle Turzak. Turzak in the 4th spot, but not for long. Working around the outside.
A little twitchy off.
The 22. Butler comes up the racetrack. Little arrow block, slow the momentum of the 51. Hang on to that second spot for the time being. Turzak drops into the bottom.
There, that's better.
Trying to look to the inside. Butler closes the door down low.
First lap or 2, that was a little rough.
Durbin, Butler, Turzak, the top 3. Pinkston slips to 4th. Schofield 5th. Theo Quick running in the 6th spot. Brian McCann's worked himself back up into 7th. Garrett Johnston, who had troubles very early on, in the 8th position. Jason Nowges, Chris Wally, the top 10.
The car in P3 just hit the fastest lap. 29.855.
Yeah, that hurt me for sure.
Top 3 drivers single file and putting distance on 4th place Tim Schofield. Turzak still stalking the 76.
Pinkston's holding his own pretty good on old tires.
There, sent him up the racetrack a bit, allowed Turzak to close the gap. On board with Brett Butler.
Outside. You're clear high, clear high.
Oh,
Sorry,
boy.
Brian.
Outside. Still there. All clear, all clear.
Turzak through to the inside. He'll take the 2nd spot.
Just keep hitting your mark. The leader just did a 30.073.
And Schofield's going to try and take advantage as well. He gets to the inside of the 76. He'll take the 3rd position, but now Butler's going to battle back off turn 4. They're side by side through the dog leg. At the line, I think Butler may have had it, but we don't pay any points for 3rd place on lap 31. Turn number 2, they're still side by side. Schofield and Butler down the back straightaway. Just want to clarify with everyone, we may have already burned that comp caution that we talked about. If the regular caution, a legitimate caution for cause, comes out within proximity of the comp caution, many times they'll just call it, all right, this is it. This is our comp caution. They'll need to add another one of 2 laps. I could be corrected on that, but for now, I'm guessing that's the scenario. Schofield a little loose in the middle of turn 2, has to tuck back in behind Butler.
Leaders pulling away from us.
Still 1 and 2. Butler 3rd. Schofield 4th. Neil Quick up to 5th. Brian McCann rolling with him. In behind them, Garrett Johnston and then Jason Niles.
I wonder if I do have damage.
Hold off Dan Pinkston. Almost some contact there. It looked for a minute with Chris Wally. Wally gets through.
I might.
Here's New Quick and Pinkston.
So I was like 30, 40 seconds, and Garrett behind me looks like he's pretty fast
Having trouble hanging
in the draft, and I'm losing in the draft.
down to the bottom of the racetrack. I don't know if he's got a problem or if he got in the wall. We may have seen him hit the wall in the dog leg a couple of laps ago.
It's like I'm right here on Neil, and I'm losing on Neil going down the back stretch, and Garrett behind me is probably gaining. So yeah, I think I got draft problem.
Oh, he gets the wall again and real fast into pit lane, hits the pit wall. He might be calling it a night.
I don't catch Neil any, and I should be.
He's exits the session, and oh, he's back in it though. Back in it, back out. Meanwhile, Durbin still leads about 3 car lengths, or truck lengths, that is, over Kyle Turzak. Remember, Durbin picked up the first win of the season here at Daytona.
Leaders are still pulling.
For that second win on this season, McCann.
About 3/10.
2 wins already. Auto Club and last week at Pocono.
So I gotta have arrow damage.
Has taken the lead.
McCann running into the 6th spot. Again, this seems to be his playground.
That sucks.
Just like that, Turzak takes the top spot away.
Go ahead, Larry.
I didn't catch it. I might have been looking at timing.
I might have to just run this and hope for a caution and then use my fast repair there. Because I don't want to use my fast repair
Gonna have to go back and look.
on the green, do I?
Just did a 30.775.
Yes, he did. Off turn 4.
I guess I could gain some spots.
And that's what opened the door for Turzak.
I'm just thinking if a caution comes out after the green,
Continues to run in the 2nd position.
then if I'm involved in it,
3.5, 4 truck lengths off the
if I'm in 6th place and they're all fighting for it, then I'll have a fast repair left.
3rd, Butler 4th, Neil Quick still back in the 5th spot. He's biding his time, taking care of his stuff, but Brian McCann, he's got a mirror full of Garrett Johnston. McCann drives it deep into the corner, closes up on the 2. Johnston's going to drive up to the back bumper out of turn 4. Now they're through the dog leg yet again. Let's ride on board with Garrett Johnston. Listen to the throttle as he gets out of turn 2 here. We heard him spin the tires just a bit off of 4 a minute ago. Let's listen again. Sounded good out of 2. Listen for the RPM spike as he gets off the corner in 4. We'll see if the tires spin. The RPM will come up. Oh, just a touch. Not a lot. Just a tiny, tiny bit. There's one bit of
He needs to pass me. He's faster than I am.
Gets the back end of the truck.
Maybe he doesn't know I have draft damage.
Or it will spin those rear tires just a hair. Turzak now almost a full second over Steve Durbin as we watch this battle now between Johnston and McCann. McCann hanging out of the 6th spot. Johnston just a truck length off. It gets closer on the exit of these corners. McCann charging into the corner, Johnston backing his up. That's why you see kind of that seesaw back and forth as McCann gets away into the corner. Johnston closes the gap on exit. The way that essentially works is McCann's driving the truck deeper into the corner. He's not lifting at the same time as Johnston. So he's getting deep, deep, deep in the corner. Then he's going to lift off hard. But with Johnston lifting early, he can get back to the gas a little bit sooner than McCann, which allows the 15 to close the gap on exit. I think it's for McCann, though. He's able to slam the door on the 15, so Johnston has not yet been able to get alongside and really apply some serious pressure for that 6th position. We'll see if that changes.
Johnson is a lot quicker than I am. There he goes.
3 sets available over the wall for these drivers. I think the majority of them did take first set on that last caution. So I think we're into that first set of 3. So still got 2 sitting over the wall. Meanwhile, Schofield making a move for position. Has caught Steve Durbin for the second spot. Butler is sticking with him. So second, third, and fourth here in the frame. Durbin way up the racetrack. Schofield.
I guess I'm going to have to use my fast pair on the green flag pit. Try to maximize, not really bank for a caution, just try to maximize my position.
Got one
Butler now to the inside of Schofield. He found an opportunity to get alongside as Schofield still trying to take the spot from Steve Durbin.
All clear, all clear.
Tell you, this place is narrow, but it's still 3 wideable. Little loose for Schofield on a turn 2. Is chasing up the racetrack. Slots in between Durbin and Butler. Butler going to go back to the whip here, looking low in turn 3. Terzak's loving it as he's a 2-second advantage now on the rest of these guys.
The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 1.
Butler almost through, still not clear. Schofield working the middle high line.
When I spun back around and hit that car in front of me, I hit it with the right front. I wonder if that's what's messing with me. But I don't see the hood crinkle any. That's why I'm confused.
Steve Durbin in second as these 2 battle for third and fourth behind him.
How's it going?
Struggling to set him up for the pass.
Oh, he's looking to the side.
Ended up giving up a spot. The
position
guy caught me. Butler caught me while I was messing around with Durbin.
Clearly showing that he had the pace over Schofield, but Schofield was just doing a good job holding him up. So Butler goes from fourth to second.
I'm already loose.
It does appear that all the lead lap trucks made a pit stop here lap 22. I think the majority did take their tires. Larry Bruner, it's not sure. We took a 37-second stop for the 44.
Got to decide how much further to go before pitting again.
Possibly tires as well. Mike Cook came down, 5-second stop, but he has made 3 stops tonight, so there's that chance that he did bolt on some tires. It's one thing I wish iRacing would update and add that element in for the broadcaster side of things to show how many sets of tires have been consumed within the session. One can dream. Certainly make my life a lot easier, seeing as how I'm the only guy here. We don't have a pit reporter or anything like that.
The leader just did a 31.7.
So Butler, since he's gotten into that second spot, he is beginning to reel Kyle Terzak in. In fact, last lap for Butler was a quarter second faster at a 31.50. Terzak was a 77. Remember, the advantage for Terzak was well over 2 seconds not that long ago, and it's slimmed down to 1.9.
Wrecking on the front stretch.
That was considered a wreck.
Durbin hanging out of the third position. Schofield still fourth. Neil Quick, however, has started to close this gap, but Brian McCann is free falling just a bit. Remember, he was battling. Oh, Durbin's in the fence. Durbin in the wall here. I think it was off of turn number 4 and in through the dog leg. He's going to lose a bunch of spots and slide back to P7.
Big of a wreck, I guess.
Well, Mike Cook back in pit lane.
To the finish.
I don't know if this is a planned stop. If he had another issue, we're just about past halfway.
Loosey-goosey, how are you doing?
Pretty neutral. I just got some kind of damage slowing me up.
4 tires and fuel for the 85 machine. Pops the jack down and away. Can't get the traction out of the pit box, but it's back in action.
I'm a little right rear heavy.
So still out front, Kyle Terzak, but the deficit is shrinking between 51 and the 76. Butler starting to catch Kyle Terzak, 1.7, 1.69, and falling as the laps tick on by. Very surprised, though. I don't know if Terzak's just saving his stuff or if Butler did a better job. Kind of got to wonder, though, with the battle that the 76 had with Schofield not that long ago, how much heat and damage he may have put into those tires underneath him. Doesn't seem to be hurting him too much at this point, but we'll see if Terzak's got anything in reserve as he closes the gap. Oh, Terzak in the fence off turn 4, scrapes the right side of the safer barrier. And I think Terzak might have a problem. He lost.
I just hit the wall.
Almost 3/4 of his second.
I got wheel damage, dang it.
Terzak got the wall off.
Is that a meatball?
No. But I
Perspective, it didn't seem like that.
The wheel's a little to the right.
And
Yeah.
Schofield's in the fence off
Just got squirrely loose and couldn't catch it.
Schofield's going to fall a little bit through the standings here. He may be coming to pit lane.
I was trying to figure out how much farther I gotta go to make it.
65 is halfway, I believe.
Meanwhile, Neil Quick still running in the 5th position, in behind Nilges and John.
You back here with the damaged trucks.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
Crafty driver behind.
Burned up my tires pretty bad.
Rack machine.
You're clear
Messing
high,
up,
clear high.
trying to get by Durbin.
Talk about a guy who can close out a race.
Hold the line. You're clear high.
You won't
clear
hear
high.
from him or see anything fancy about him for 90% of the race, and then all of a sudden
I
he's
got a little loose there.
knocking on the door for the race lead.
There's a car on the
With
low
10 to
side.
go.
Clear low, clear low. Inside. Clear low, clear low.
Oh, that was not
Where you going, Tim?
Got one outside.
Wherever the tires take me.
Stay low.
I feel like I'm gonna lose it. There,
Stay low.
I'm
There's
gonna
a
let
car
you
on the
by
high
here.
side. You're clear high, clear high.
I take it you got some freshies, Mike?
We'll say that battle has allowed Neil Quick to close the gap. Board with Neil Quick as he tries to hunt these two down. Nilges in 3rd, Johnston in 4th as we right on board with the 5th place machine. Looking further down the racetrack, there's only about 3 or 4 truck lengths now between Terzak and Butler as he's closed the gap to less than 4/10.
Go ahead, new guys do.
Hi.
Yeah, I got to get a faster pair and make some time up.
Pit box.
You wrecked your truck.
Yeah, and that wreck.
5,
Last wreck.
3, 2, 1. Right
This
here.
battle certainly picking up between Nilges, Johnston, and Quick, but furthermore, back out front, Butler has caught the race leader, Kyle Terzak. Just 1 truck length between the two as they battle into turn number 3. Butler closes it even closer. Now it's a half a truck.
Pitting. Be mindful.
Terzak slides up the racetrack. Difference between 1st and 2nd was just a few feet there at the start-finish line. Butler drives it way deep into the corner. Terzak to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get some left turn out of it. Drives it below that blue line. It certainly helped him turn for the moment. Don't do that on new tires. See him again, dipping that left front wheel just onto that
Huge gamble here.
corner. Definitely helps that truck rotate just a bit.
Got one inside. Stay high. All clear, all clear.
Nick with this battle for the race lead. We're right on board now with Brent Butler. See,
I should have taken a faster pair, didn't realize it.
Butler was able to reel him in quite a ways back without issue.
32.193. The car behind is closing on you.
Little mistake out of Terzak certainly helped the situation for the 76, but real loose on exit.
That's going to be a problem for me.
Definitely had to correct the truck out of turn 4. You saw him turn the wheel to the right. You never want to see that on an oval.
I need a caution.
Yeah. No, wait. I don't.
Oh, here comes Butler to pit lane. Oh, he loses it. Loses the truck coming to pit lane. Waited till the very last second to hit the brakes. He does not hit anything. Certainly got lucky there, but hopefully he's changing tires because he just wrecked his set.
Have a slow car on
The Butler, trying to be sneaky about it, comes to pit lane. The other question is, did he get slowed down while he spun without taking the penalty? That's going to wash his night away if he got caught speeding. We'll see what happens here with 76. If he dropped the jack on the left side here, if he sits there and doesn't pull away, he got nabbed.
Sorry, Brian.
And somehow he gets out of there without trouble. Certainly not ideal. Butler's back out there.
You got one inside.
Back to the race leader now, Kyle Turzak ahead of Jason Nilgis, who's worked himself up into the second spot, 1.4 seconds back from the 51. And here comes Turzak to pit lane. Johnston's going to join him. Much straighter entry for the 51 compared to Butler. See how everything cycles out, and these drivers have now begun their first round of green flag stops. A little chaotic early with the yellow flags, the first 22 laps or so. Outside. Seems that everyone's gotten it handled.
Come out, please.
Install Johnston.
I'm talking my lap back.
Turzak has to back it up just a bit, so he has a little mistake as well. Very uncharacteristic of Turzak. Got to keep in mind, Turzak lights out fast in a late model stock, but that series is not really known for its pit stops. Talk about sprint races in most cases. Competitive pit stops, somewhat new, I would imagine, for Kyle Turzak. Still has the talent, still has the pace, but that might be a part of his skill set that he might want to think about.
Kept sliding up. I was trying to keep it down.
The rest of the competition would hope that he doesn't, because, man, he is quick just about everywhere we go, no matter what kind of car it's in.
Now caution.
All clear, all clear.
Meanwhile, Jason Knott.
Actually, no, I don't want to.
He's taken over the top spot since Turzak came down. Quick to second. Chris Wally third. Wysocki and Nuke Quick top 5. But Nuke is also in pit lane. He's pulled down his number 4 F-150 into the pit lane.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1.8 seconds. The leader just did a 32.142.
Sides go in the air for the 4. Four tire change for the 4 of Nuke Quick. Now just remains out of the racetrack. As it is right now, it's the top 5 drivers that still need to make a pit stop. They last came down at lap 22. Final remaining holdouts. Brian McCann made his pit stop at lap 57, so he's a little bit off sequence from everybody else. You see in the timing tower, 7th on back, a lap down or more. Mike Cook in 85 trying to get a lap back the old-fashioned way. Gets to the inside of Nile, just slides up just a bit as he gets to the bottom of the racetrack. He's got fresh tires on there, should be okay. Just got to worry about that truck getting a little too loose.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 3.8 seconds. The car in front is pitting.
So Nile just enjoying a 1.1 second lead over the 2 of Neil Quick. Again, these drivers might be in a situation where they're just waiting for the caution here. They've got such a lead. Again, the top 7 drivers now on the lead lap. Everybody else a lap or more down. While we got an opportunity, let's take a look at the point standings tonight. This was coming into this evening. It was McCann, Johnston, Mefford, the top 3. Mefford, of course, locked in to the playoffs. He's got 1 win, so that explains that side of it. Adam Benefield and Mike Cook, 4th and 5th. See the rest of them up and down the line. Durbin also locked in. He's in 15th, but he's got a race win, so that's the biggest issue there. This will all change quite a bit here as far as the numerical standings are concerned as this race continues on with some of the drivers that are already out of this thing. And here comes the race leader, the 88 of Jason Nile, just going to hold down pit lane. Fuel certainly no longer an issue for anybody making pit stops to this point. Definitely go to the end from here. So that's going to give the race lead over to the 2 of Neil Quick. He takes over the top spot. Durbin gets around and gets clear. He's going to try and get a lap back. He does.
Passing the grass.
So it's Quick, Wally, Bruner, Nilgis, McCann. And Nilgis still sitting in pit lane here. Right side tire change. Crew goes around to the left. Jack underneath. 4 tires and Sunoco Race Fuel for the Jason Nilgis number 88 machine. Down and away. 15.6 seconds to stop for the 88. And Neil Quick from the race lead. He's in the pits. Now turn the lead over to the 75 of Chris Wally.
The leader just did a 32.322.
Wally in the RS12 eSports machine. Stays out of the racetrack and lead another lap.
You're in third place.
We do need to get an HBR TV side-by-side break out of the way here, but we're going to hold until everybody finishes out their green flag stops. The 2 holdouts, Chris Wally, Larry Bruner. They come down. McCann will inherit the top spot, but at what cost? He was the first one to start his round of pit stops. He came down to lap 57. Also taking 4 tires.
The car in front is pitting.
And Wally slows it, the 75 machine into pit lane.
45 pitting.
Car 44 has taken the lead.
Larry Bruner stays out. He's going to pick up a lap lead as well.
Next car is the leader. The leader is pitting now.
4 tires and fuel for Chris Wally. He drops the jack. 15.02. And now Larry Bruner.
Now a caution can come out.
Down to pit.
Wow, you got in the lead.
Bruner here on the racetrack.
They will see out a long time.
Just need a caution now.
Yeah, that'd be nice. If you could make one before you lap me.
This is, I think, our second week in a row where you've seen a wrong paint scheme on this truck. Hopefully we get that.
I mean, Kyle's going to come back around me and blow my doors off here in about 10 laps.
Bruner in the pits. Oh, has to back it up a hair. Oh, has to go forward a hair.
I really want to use my fast repair.
Minor mistake. Doesn't take much, especially
I had to use mine.
Flag conditions.
I didn't realize how bad my damage was.
Top 2 is Brian.
I wasn't thinking.
Brett Butler. Butler, even with his mistake, running in the 3rd position, but Turzak, same situation. He didn't really spin into pit lane, but he did have to back up the truck in the pit box. 25 laps to go. McCann, Turzak, Butler, Johnston, and Steve Durbin, the top 5. But with that, though, we're going to take this opportunity to take our first and only HBR TV side-by-side break. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 3.2 seconds.
I got 6 lap different on tires. I need a caution.
Got a nice pack racing here in front of me. Fresh tires.
Do it clear. Thanks, sir. Yes, sir.
car behind is closing on you. The gap is 2.2 seconds.
Do your thing.
Nah, Kyle's going to be the one to pass you if anybody is.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
The car behind is closing on you.
Oh, I got you.
1.4 seconds.
I might allow more than one in a race. Oh boy, if that happened again. Funny part is he's listening right now.
God dang right, I'm listening.
I made it to lap like 85 though. I got within 15 laps.
Back at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 18 laps to go. Brian McCann still leads by just over 1 second over.
I might end up
is shrinking.
5th here.
Every lap, Turzak just a tick faster. Last time by it was, well, 3/10 exactly. Turzak faster than McCann, and we've got 17 left. Just for a little comparison here, McCann made his pit stop for 4 tires at lap 57. Turzak came down at lap 63. So there's the lap differential, the tire age differential between these two. They've been so evenly matched in just about every series that they have run. Turzak had the leg up over McCann in the late model stock series. It seems to be flip-flop here in the truck series between these two, but Turzak with the tire advantage, and this thing stays green to the end. He is going to catch the 3 of McCann. Will he get by? That's a different story. As this race continues on, those tires will continue to age. Now it's 6/7 of a second, 16 to go. On board with Turzak.
I can feel it. Dirty air.
Talking Brian McCann there, exit turn number 2. He's definitely got that thing hung right out. Back to the stripe, 14 laps to go.
It's going to be a treat trying to make it that many laps.
Are you loose?
Yeah. It's manageable, but I'm driving a damaged truck.
Oh, that's right. You didn't fast repair.
I guess the question remains is how aggressive will Brian McCann be defending that position? 13 to go. It's now 3/10.
You defend it with everything you got.
Reeled in at 3 here with that tire advantage late in this race. 2-3 truck lengths between the 3 and the 51 as they work down the backstretch. Now Garrett Johnston, he's in the 3rd position with just as fresh tires as Kyle Turzak. Then Brent Butler and Steve Durbin, similar but not quite. Butler came down lap 61, Durbin lap 62, but all 4 of those drivers with better rubber underneath their trucks than the race leader Brian McCann. Still 3/10 the advantage over second place. McCann enjoys that here with 12 laps to go, but still 3 truck lengths between the top two. Got to wonder about the dirty air between McCann and Turzak. Is that affecting the handling of the 51, or is his tires finally starting to equalize in comparison to McCann? Last lap, Turzak was still faster, but certainly not as much of the margin we saw early on. It was less than 1/10 of a second differential between the top two. I guess the question remains here, is anything, either one of these drivers saving anything at this point? Certainly fuel not a concern for anybody at this stage. Johnston running in third. Brandon Mefford has taken back to the racetrack. Fortunately, Mefford 56 laps down.
Go high.
10 laps to go. It seems that McCann has found another gear as he starts to put more distance between himself and Turzak. Down to just a hair at 3/10 of a second. Now it jumped back up to about 4/10. Oh, and Zachary Cleek spins into pit lane. He's well off the racetrack, so the caution will not.
Dang it.
I don't know if he was trying to get onto pit lane and that's where he ended up, or if he was spinning and ended up in pit lane. We'll see if he comes to his pit stall. Leak into his box. Uses the quick fix. Right side tires going on. Try and get all he can here at the end of this. Meanwhile, back out front, McCann still with the lead, still maintaining a 3/10 of a second advantage over Kyle Turzak as the laps continue to dwindle. Less than 8 laps remain. Turzak second. Johnston running in the third spot. Befford just having a good time out there with 56 laps in the rears.
Anything I can do for you?
Stay out of my draft, stay high.
I was hoping for something more exciting.
Stretches to over 4.
Oh, I think he hit the wall.
Over Turzak.
Go ahead, Larry.
Back to start finish, 6 laps to go. Turzak now losing more ground. It's 55, well, 5.5 back from Brian McCann. Turzak's not careful. Garrett Johnston's going to reel him in and apply some more pressure.
5 laps to
Wow,
go.
Mefford running real high out of turn number 2, barely off the wall. I think he's just trying to experiment a little bit.
Still there? Hold your line. You're clear high. Clear high.
Johnston has caught Turzak. If CP applies the pressure, McCann continues to drive away from second and third place. Schofield, who battled up front early, he's going to go down a lap. Oh, some contact maybe here as Johnston applying pressure to Turzak. Wants that second spot here. We got 5 laps to go. We got a great battle here for the second spot. Johnston goes up the racetrack, going to try and build a run out of turn 4. Turzak knows it, slides up the track to block the run. Into the dog leg, 4 laps to go. Johnston goes to the outside, now switches up to the inside, takes a peek down low, but nothing doing just yet. Another lap truck of Tim Schofield. We'll see if he gets out of the way of this battle, or if either one of these drivers uses the 12 as a pick. 2 lap trucks sandwiching the 51 to 15.
Thank you, Nathan.
Slows down Johnston just a bit, but quickly goes wide to try and give the 15
How's it going?
room.
Yeah, that clean air, all that clean air that I had by myself, instead of being in that pack, that helped out great.
Terzak maintains it for the time being. Does Johnston have anything left in the tank for him? Right there. Thought about going to the bottom. Goes back to the top side of the racetrack in turn 3. Now he works the middle. Terzak goes up the racetrack again to block the run. Dump a little bit of dirty air on the 15th.
They back there racing.
Terzak just spun on the backstretch.
Somebody, yeah.
The gap is
Oh.
1.7.
Johnston put
Oh,
it
no.
up.
Oh, no.
Line up single file.
Goes up the track yet again. Will he have the
Terzak.
big wiggle from
My
Terzak?
man.
The race has been extended so we can have a green-white checkered
Terzak
finish.
spins a little bit, locks up the brakes, but continues on.
That looked like a mad man.
The flag comes out. McCann now through turn 4. The question will be now with
They don't make it easy.
who comes to pit lane for that last set of tires? Who has the last set of tires? That's the real question. See if we can get a look here with Kyle Terzak just a moment ago.
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to need another one with Lucky Dog having to be in the tail end.
So watch the 51. Does he dip the left sides below the blue line there? Yep, and there we talked about.
Oh, I guess he did. Get a little squirrely there.
Difficult as it can over-rotate, and it sends him up the racetrack as the truck definitely.
I thought it was 55. Oh my goodness, it's 45.
Johnston makes a little bit of contact as Terzak's trying to save it. Terzak gets the fence. Now he's continuing to save it down the back straightaway.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Terzak wisely locking up the brakes to avoid a pretty significant impact of that outside wall. But unfortunately, it reduced his momentum to such an extent that the oncoming track...
Hey, Brandon.
iRacing through the yellow, and, well, there you have it. We're under caution yet again.
That's it for tires. Make them last the rest of the race. Line up single file.
So there it is, McCann in the pits.
A car.
Ooh. Now we got to hold them off.
Decided to do the same, so nobody going to stay out and try and gamble with this. 4 tires and fuel for Brian McCann. Terzak sits just in behind. Johnston drops the jack. He fires off. He's going to restart now to the outside of McCann. We go back to the green. Terzak's going to get away here in the 7th position, but we just don't know if he's going to have enough time. Tim Schofield coming to his pit stall. Does appear Jason Nile just may have stayed out, but again, he's in a position where he is lapped down.
Can you hold them off?
He's the first
is the question.
He would be the recipient of the lucky dog if
we had it easy there.
He was not
had it easy
of that caution, which I don't believe.
What was the tire wear? Look at that. 70, 65.
One more. Need one more.
Looks like 4 trucks are going to wave around here when we go back to green. We're on the one to go, that is. It'll be Mefford, Bruner.
You got a new truck now?
New truck, but I got a lot of cars in front of me that aren't for position.
Wave around here as we get the one to go the next time by. We've officially surpassed regulation distance. We're on lap 101. It's scheduled 100 laps. Our first attempt at
oh, maybe I don't.
Finish again. We are.
There's a lot of people that took a wave around, didn't they?
There's going to be 4 of them.
So I should stay in front of those guys still, so maybe I'll be okay.
Green flag.
Pick up a spot or 2.
Field performs their restart as normal. Then the next flag is the white flag, and then the flag after that is the checkered flag.
What you talking about, Brandon?
Things happen chaotically before the leader takes the white. Caution would come out. We'd line them up and try it again.
My stuff's showing everybody a lap down.
We'll do that up to 3 times, this being the first try.
All right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, line up on the inside row.
So if you're a Kyle Cherzak fan, you want this to go to all 3 green-white checkered attempts because he's going to have to pick up a couple.
They should be going around
to restart.
Pace car.
In contention for this one. He's going to restart
there they go.
About the 7th spot.
They didn't start going around the pace car until turn 1.
I don't think they're going to make me
Interestingly enough,
make me stay behind him, I hope.
Medford may have had the wave around, but he opted to go to the rear instead of driving around. Yeah, he's not in a position. I don't think he's going to gain anything. His next position up is Chris Medford. He's still shown in pit lane. I just don't think there's enough laps left in the race for Brandon to.
Brandon's going to be real
or is he changing his mind here?
I'm pitting. I didn't know it was going to give me the wave around. I just stopped to go to the tail.
You're not sure what the 83 is doing here. He had an opportunity to go around early, but dropped to the back. Now he's going to take the wave around, or is he just going to go to pit lane? I don't know.
Get ready.
Maybe Medford has realized he's got no more positions to gain and no more to lose. He might be calling it a race.
Pace cars in.
That appears to be the situation.
Green, green, green.
Oh, that first gear.
So there we have it. Pace car is in. Front row, it's going to be Brian McCann and Garrett Johnston. And it's Durbin, Quick. Butler, Wally, Quick. Cherzak.
Oh, that's a good lead. Don't wreck, don't wreck, don't wreck.
Back in the air. We go up to speed. McCann gets a
talking about them.
Restart.
One more lap to win.
Oh, that draft is pulling hard.
Johnston, Steve Durbin pressuring the back of the 15. Brent Butler there in between. Cherzak might have scraped the wall off turn number 4. He rides in behind Chris Wallen. Right turns 3 and 4. McCann out to a 3.5 advantage over the rest of the field. Coming through the dog leg, a little wiggle from Neil Quick. Everything seems okay. White flag in the air. Final lap from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Johnston hangs on to the 2nd spot for the time being. Steve Durbin runs 3rd. Everybody's all on new tires yet again.
Whee!
McCann's got this one well in hand. Just needs to get back another.
Didn't think I was going to get that one after we had trouble at the beginning.
Inside of Garrett Johnston for the position. In this spot, turn number 3, side by side for 2nd place. Meanwhile, on to turn number 4.
Garrett and Steven.
McCann's going to take the checkered flag and pick up yet another win here at
Congrats.
2nd place.
Thank you, thank you.
Johnston, Steve Durbin comes home in 3rd.
Thank you, Brandon.
Looked like it was close to having a little bit of a pile up there, but not quite.
The race is over.
Thank you, Brandon.
And back to the front stretch here. Going to celebrate at the start-finish line.
I'm in the pits. Oh, man. Blocking everybody up.
All right, good win, man. I'll catch you next week.
Too bad they put that wall there.
All right, man. Have a good one.
2.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like that. This one's in the books. We're going to step aside, get a break out of the way. We'll be back with our top 3 finishers after this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What lap, Brandon?
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics, LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC series, Kyle Steffens, UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws Late Model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Oh, caught the apron. Saved it. Brendan threading the needle. That's the same thing that happened to me and Kyle. It's like netcode. There's like half a car there, but it hooked you. Yeah, this is like exactly the same. What lap was ours on?
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
See, we were on the straightaways. I go back one turn,
and he's
2 turns.
Always the first one to
we were
jump in.
bumping.
I would describe Marcos and his
a lot
team as upstanding.
We were getting a lot of 0Xs. Okay, so he was sliding up a little. You see, he slid up that turn. And I think the next time we come around here, it was the same situation, but he might have had a nose ahead of me, and that's why it ended up hooking like Brandon's wreck was. Right now we're dead even side by side. See, we touched right there. And I was giving him more room. Yeah. And he come up. No. Compare that lap to last lap. I gave him more room on that one. So I'm riding like the I'm riding the black here. Black seam. Let's look at the last lap. Yeah, I'm half a truck below on the last lap. So yeah. All right. I don't feel as bad now. Wait, that's 1, 2. Nope. Wait, is that 3, 4? Okay, hold on. I did dip down maybe it's on the track where I looked at it, but there I'm riding right in the middle of the truck. But I come back up. Ooh. I don't know. Let's go in car with me. I feel like I had to hold that line or I was going to hit the wall. I mean, I'm a little biased, but I think Kyle came up to track too far. And it was netcode, so we were close racing, and that close racing worked back there, but it didn't work right here. I think we hit like, I bet we started rubbing right here, and then it really started hooking them right here. Yeah, you can already see the hook happening. Look at the gap there. No, wait, that wasn't the hook. He's sliding up. There's the hook. But he was sliding up the track. Or driving up. I don't know if he's sliding or driving, but anyway, what else? I don't remember what lap Tim's lap was on.
Good race, Brian.
Yeah, man, good race.
Yes, sir. That was good. It was a good race besides me wrecking the entire field on lap 1. That was not my finest moment.
I forgot that was you. Good recovery.
Yeah.
And so 3 wins, 6 races. Brian McCann, it's Steve in the booth. You got me?
I do.
Brian, congratulations, man. A solid run, of course. You come to Charlotte Motor Speedway, one of your favorite places to run. Showed off your ability level for sure. You had older tires compared to everybody else behind you. They reeled you in for a little while, but then you had an extra gear. You drove away, but then that caution comes out, and everybody comes down and gets a new fresh set of tires, and then we have that green-white checkered finish, and you drive away from it. What is the secret to this place? I know we always ask you that question. You never really give us a straight answer on it. So come on, help us out. What's going on?
Thank you for asking. I ain't gonna tell you, but yeah. Early on, I had some damage, so it put me like mid-pack or whatever, and under green flag pit stops, I got my quick repair, and pitted early, yeah, like you said, but just went out there and managed tires. But one of the neat things about pitting early was I had clean air, so I wasn't burning up that right front, and I can keep that right rear under control. And right rear seemed like you had to really keep it under control, otherwise it just get too hard to drive on you.
Definitely seemed that Turzak was able to reel you in relatively quickly, but when he got within 3/10, it seemed that dirty air really seemed to affect his truck. He in turn had some issues there late in this race, put us under that caution on the backstretch, but fresh tires altogether. Turzak was able to restart in 7th, but wasn't able to reel anybody back in. I know early on in the runs, these tires were very, very difficult to get underneath the truck, not really into the racetrack, a very loose race truck. How did you handle that here on the early stages of each runs? Because I know we had some issues early on in this race.
Really just leaned on the right front a little bit more because you just wanted to protect that right rear. No matter what you did, the right rear wore more. So I just have to protect it. And then on the short runs in the dirty air, there's not a lot you can do. Once you're back there, it's horrible. The clean air is just king.
Well, you held these guys off for yet another win here at Charlotte. We look forward to Atlanta Motor Speedway next week, and we're on the new layout at Atlanta, so a super speedway style event. How do you plan to attack that race next week? Maybe pick up win number 4.
I'll probably drive it like Daytona or Talladega race. Probably going to be more of a strategy race than anything else. So that's what we'll plan for when we go into it.
All right, Brian. Well, again, congratulations. Who do you want to shout out to?
Yeah, my family, league admins for putting us on, sponsors for making it happen, you for doing the broadcast, drivers showing up every week, great racing, everybody watching. Thank you.
All right, Brian. Well, thanks for talking to us. Congratulations again, and good luck next week in Atlanta.
Thanks.
Just
putting us on, sponsors for making it happen, you from that on, drivers showing up every week, great racing, everybody watching. Thank you.
All right, Brian. Well, thanks for talking to us. Congratulations again, and good luck next week in Atlanta.
Thanks.
Brian McCann, your race winner here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Next, we're going to talk to our runner-up driver, the number 15 machine. That's none other than
Kyle may have had
Johnston.
damage
Garrett
there at the ankles.
HBR TV booth, you got me?
He used
yes, I do.
Garrett,
quick
congrats
repair early.
again. We continue to keep chatting with you week in and week out, but still a second place finish.
Look clean.
Not too shabby, but man, you're really itching for that checkered flag. Walk us through your race. What could have been different for you? I know McCann's really fast at this place, but last restart, everybody's got the same equal strength tires. Was there anything you could have done differently to reel him in?
No, I knew it was what he was doing. He slowed down a little bit and started in first, and I knew it, and I seriously considered doing it as well, but I didn't trust myself not to spin the tires, so I already wrecked the field once this race, so I figured I'd play it a little safer this time. And
I figured that first gear start would
take what it gave me.
Well, let's back things up here. You talk about wrecking the field once already. Well, let's go back to that early race incident. You had a little bit of a tank slap there, chased it up the racetrack, thought you were going to save it, then the overcorrection up the track it went. What was it like in the cockpit of that number 15 machine on that first lap? I know these new tires, when they are new, not quite up to temperature, they're a little bit of a handful.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally on me. I just, you get in the pack there, and it just kind of takes the air off your tail. And like you said, just kept facing it and chasing it, and finally just tank slapped the outside wall and took about 5 cars with me. And I own up to it. It's all on me. And you know what can solve that is me not showing up about 5 minutes before the race and doing some practice laps.
See, I got to say, this is not the first time you've mentioned that in the broadcast side of things, but maybe you throw some practice in and you might end up in victory lane. You've been awful close a lot this season.
I know it. I tell myself that every week, and then it gets about time, and I'm always doing something, and it ends up happening the same exact way it happened the week before, and I end up talking to you second instead of first. Maybe next week, and I'll keep telling you.
I can't control my audio.
Speaking of next week, we go to Atlanta Motor Speedway, the new layout. We
just talked to Brian McCann about that, kind of run it like Daytona or Talladega, because that's kind of how that place plays out. But it's a mile shorter in length, so things happen a bit faster than we would normally expect them to. And truthfully, unless you're really
had a real good battle to the finish there.
Style tracks, I don't know how much practice is going to do you good next week. So what is the mindset coming into Atlanta next week?
You almost got around him.
No, I mean, you just got to treat it like you do any other restricted plate track and leave it up to chance and hope Lady Luck is on your side, and just hope to be there towards the end. I'll probably see myself to the tail until a little bit later just to stay out of trouble, but we can only wait and see.
That's all we can do. Garrett, congrats yet again on the second place finish. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, thank you guys for putting it on. Thanks to Chris Wally for throwing this together every week, and always a good time on my Monday nights. And thanks to everyone watching at home if they enjoy it as much as I do. And thanks to all the guys over at Charity Motorsports. Y'all out there are doing some iRacing. Be sure to check out the charity race with them.
I'm gonna stick around and see what Steven says.
It's for a great cause. So, and we will see you guys next week.
All right, Garrett. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck at the ATL week from tonight. Garrett Johnston, your second place finisher here at Charlotte. Steve Durbin next on the hit list to chat with. The driver of the number 42 machine picked up the race win here at Daytona to start the season off as we roll into Atlanta Motor Speedway next week. Another drafting style track. Might be a little bit of good luck for Steve Durbin. We got him in the booth. Let's talk about this race and we'll get into the next. Steve, it's Steve in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
We're doing good, Steve. Congrats here. A solid top three finish here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You started back in the 8th place. Walk us through your race. How did you work your way through that field, as the dirty air was a bit of an issue tonight, certainly on cold tires, made things even worse. But how did you work your way through the field to finish here in the top three?
Well, I had a little bit of luck to start with that first accident.
Yeah, he was
out, but then just try to take care of the tire.
Like he was tight getting off the turn.
Lead laps early, which I accomplished, but ran a little too hard at first, burned some stuff up, and then kind of pitted early to make up some ground and made it up there, and then just kind of, I don't know, dodged survival.
Oh, you can definitely see right there.
Caution, it bunched everyone back up, and I was going to push Garrett as hard as I could on that restart, and it worked out.
So with that pushing a little bit too hard, I know we talked about early in this race the trucks were extremely loose on fresh tires. How did the truck build as far as the setup was concerned?
But it still looks like it's tight on them on the exit.
A little bit easier to hang on to throughout the course of the run?
I was loose on exit.
Build tight for sure.
Looks like he's pushing to the wall.
Loose for first 2 or 3 laps, and then it tightens up pretty quickly, and especially at 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is not too bad, but long run, yeah, you have to back it up.
Realize it backed off
conserve
there.
Your tires, you're going to just burn them up.
Well, as we mentioned here, you got the win to start the season off at the Super Speedway. We go to Atlanta next week, which is kind of like a mini Super Speedway, but it kind of plays out very similar. Do you expect good things next week at Atlanta?
Yeah, it's just like he hit a wall.
Crafting tracks, of course, Daytona, I thought was a little lucky, but I always run good.
Got close, but that right front got hot.
For sure.
Well, Steve, yet again, congratulations on a third place finish here.
Track position is huge, even on 6-lap tire difference.
The IROC Challenge Series, Chris Wally, and the HPR TV for putting this stuff on, and then everybody showing up. Of course, we can't do it without the drivers, so thank you guys.
All right, Steve. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Y'all have a good one. See you.